Well, we have got a development since the episode appeared of Rob and Jennifer pretty much showing us explicitly of them two getting it down. Now, as you can see, reported by 90 Day Fiance Alexa, there's obviously been a conversation that has gone down on Reddit where people have said, stay classy, TLC. TLC staying classy? When has that ever been a thing? Definitely hasn't been a thing in my timeline anyway. I mean, honestly, the first time I watched a show on TLC, it was Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. Yeah. So class has never been a thing for me personally. But anyway, this person continues by saying TLC equals dislikes class. TLC equals tacky low class. Trash loves company. Oh, that one, yeah. Trash loves company. Misery loves company. I like that one. I like that one. I think that's my favorite one, to be honest with you. But then also on top of that, as you can see here, there's also another one where somebody says, yeah, I agree. Also, Rob had texted Elise to go to his room and that he had turned the cameras off. I forgot if she said it on Hunt for Love or on the reaction show they do. Yes, she did. She said it on Behind the Sheets. In fact, actually, no. She said it actually on the episode, didn't she? Yes, I remember she said it in front of everyone at the bar, and she goes, yeah, you know, he was asking me to come round, blah, 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 blah. So, yeah, she actually said it on the show, and probably said it on both anyway. But, yeah, that is true, pretty much. So, I don't know why he didn't turn the cameras off, which is a very, very fair point, do you know what I mean? Because I did find it rather sus, given the fact that, you know, all cameras were left yeah. And then also on top of that is something particular here. It continues where it says, that's right, he left the cameras recording on purpose. I mean, to be honest with you, I wouldn't go as far as saying that he left on purpose. I would say that if anything, they clearly gave the network the approval that they were more than happy for them to be filmed doing a madness. If anything, they probably got an extra little cut out of it, if you ask me personally. Because look at it this way, when it comes to £600 Life, you get paid more if you allow them to shoot a scene of you in the shower naked, so therefore people can see every single inch of every single that you've got to clean. So to be honest with you, they probably got offered more money for being allowed for this scene to be filmed. So if you ask me, yeah, they knew about it and they definitely asked for the money. But here's the thing though, Sophie then came out with a response. It's funny because Sophie originally said that she was not watching this show. She categorically said it on her social media account that I am not watching this show. But Sophie was then seen in the comment section where she came up by saying, ew, he slept with me that same week after he got back from the resort last year. And he lied to me about being intimate with her. And he promised me he didn't hook up with anyone. I said, if he did, I wouldn't be intimate with him. So he lied just so he could sleep with me. Absolutely disgusting. He is never going to change. Wow. Listen, there's different ways we can look at this little situation here with Sophie and Rob, okay? First one we can look at is, well, you're both single anyway. You both had obviously split up. So therefore, which means that you're both in a position where you can both do whatever the hell you want to do with your lives. Okay, first and foremost, you don't split up, you don't separate to then give each other conditions of what you can and cannot do when you have separated. Okay? But of course, I can understand that there were many people who do not want to self-contaminate. Cross-contaminate. So therefore, in this situation of cross-contamination, I can understand Sophie being like, so when you was away on the resort, did you do anything with anyone? And him lying about it does make a lot of sense. So to be honest with you, if it's a case of where she didn't give him conditions before he went on the show, that's good, because to be fair, Rob did come out and he did say in one of the interviews that Sophie already knew he was going on the show, but he told her that he was going on the show, but he said nothing about conditions. So therefore, that must mean that he went there, but then after he came out of it, she obviously asked him how it went, He's obviously told her a bunch of alleged lies just so he can obviously better again. But to be honest with you, their relationship is so wackadoodle. I don't understand how these two seem to have slept together more since they have broken up compared to when they were actually married. Well, I mean, to be fair, they are still married. Do you know what I mean? But when they were actually still in a relationship, do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. And to be honest with you, why is Sophie sleeping with Rob anyway? I don't know. The way she broke up with him at the tail of the last show, And the way she obviously talked about how he was this, how he was this, how he was that, doesn't actually make any sense to why she was still in a position to want to sleep with him in the first place. You'd have thought the woman would have been completely off him and would have been on to a new adventure, potentially finding new love elsewhere. But instead, she was still allowing this man to slide in. Make it make sense. Yeah. Some people in this world, honestly, just do not categorically make any sense. And Sophie's one of those people, really and truly, you know what I mean? But the matter of the fact is, though, it happened. And Rob obviously lied for it to happen, which is even more messed up. The fact that he lied just to sleep with an ex is actually crazy work. Honestly, I will never understand people that go back to sleep with an ex and then they lie to that person to convince that person to sleep with them. Like, yo, if I've slept with someone before, if I'm going to sleep with that person again, trust when I tell you, I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to tell you any lies. You know what I mean? What's going to happen is going to happen because it's genuine attraction, is genuine. The fact that I still want to sleep with you, it's just genuine stuff. So I'm going to tell you the full truth because I want you to know what you're walking into. Because the matter of fact is, I don't like to walk into something, lie to you, get what I want, then run away, and then all of a sudden you have something over me because I lied. Do you see what I'm saying? But if I go into something and I tell you the full truth and then we do sleep together, you have nothing over me because that means that we are both consenting adults. Consenting adults. I don't know which one I should emphasize more. Consenting or adults? But either way, we're both consenting adults. Okay, so when people lie, it's just a ruckus, to be honest with you, and that does really expose someone's character even more. I mean, if Rob is the kind of person that lies just to be able to slide into a woman, well, then that tells you a lot about him. Do you know what I mean? Listen, I said it before and I say it again. I said that the guy realistically has no game whatsoever, but apparently I'm jealous for saying that. But hey ho, I guess I'm jealous. Either way, though, I promise you that people that have no real game lie to get into a woman's pants. People that have got real game never lie to get into a woman's pants. People with real game, women generally will come to them, or women will generally be the ones that says, okay, let's do the damn thing. Do you know what I mean? Because they understand that this guy, well, to be fair, you don't know where he's lying or not, right? You know what I'm saying? But all I'm trying to say is that men that do not lie, mandem, listen to me real quick. If you do not lie to sleep with a woman, trust me when I tell you your life would be peaceful. But if you're gonna lie and your life is toxic and it is not peaceful, it's because you brought it upon yourself. Okay? No lie is worth sleeping with someone. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah. If you want to sleep with someone, keep it 100. And if it happens, fantastic. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. There'll be somebody else you can go to the truth to who's going to be like, you know what, I'm down with it. Okay? And this is why there are women out in this world who say men ain't because those women end up going for the same type of guy that likes to lie. But when they get like, yeah, that's just, yeah. You feel me? You hear me? You get me? You understand me? Dear. But to be fair, there is actually another clip as well that I did come across of Sophie actually speaking about this as well. So let's get that up.
He called me this night. He literally called me this night. This night. He called me.
Bear in mind, this isn't even with Jenifer, is it? This night is with Elise.
And we spoke for 2 hours. Crazy.
Day one, I am...
Crazy.
So you're telling me the same day that he... Wait, this is Elise, right? What's that?
I'm feeling good. I feel like I had a successful night. Me and Elise were talking about going on a date.
Damn.
And I felt desired.
He called me because they filmed this around the time of my birthday, and I was on my Miami trip for my birthday.
Was something I...
Raw, man even decided to call her on her birthday trip as well while he was out there doing a whole lot. Oh my day, this guy is, oh yeah.
Felt like I wasn't for a long time, so...
And I only answered because I was drunk.
Just leave it at that and not overthink it.
Yeah, let's not overthink it, bro. So we got a situation here where Rob, obviously, according to Sophie, has lied to her about sleeping or being intimate with anyone on the show just so he can sleep with her. But also on top of that, while he was getting close with Elise, he was also, you know, having a conversation with Sophie on the same day. It's crazy though, because Lee said that on the first night that they met, Rob then rang her for about 2 hours or an hour and a half or whatever to have a conversation. So this guy had one conversation with Elise. I would imagine it would have been with Elise first. It didn't go as planned, so he rang Sophie after and said, that's how I think it would have gone down. And he spent a whole 2 hours of her basically trying to, say, hey, baby, I miss you. How you doing? You know what I mean? Like, I hope you're good. I hope you're having a good time. It'd be cool if we can meet up, obviously, after this show. To be fair with you, it's not really going well for me at this moment in time. I don't really like it, to be honest, because, yeah, there's women around it. Yeah, they're attractive, but all I can do is keep thinking about you. He was probably waffling words along those lines, to be honest with you. Who knows? But the fact is, though, it's a ruckus. But hey, it's entirely up to you, lovely folks, whether to believe Sophie or to not believe Sophie. For me personally, based on my own observation of both characters, I will say that upon accusations that Sophie has made against Rob in the past, compared to accusations or defenses that Rob has made in defending himself, there's been more times where Sophie has given evidence, or Sophie's mum has given evidence to his claims, or to the accusations against him, and there's been no time he's given evidence to anything in his own defense. His only defense is that women fancy him. That's about it. You know what I mean? So, given the fact that there is that line of history, I'm inclined to believe Sophie in this situation. Yeah, but obviously we haven't had a response from Rob. But here's the thing, though: when it comes to Rob, even when he does respond, Rob's response is to go on Threads or even IG and just type in a whole bunch of, hey guys, so this is actually the real truth, blah 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 blah, but actually with no evidence whatsoever. So yeah, let's look forward to potentially an explanation with no evidence. Now, of course, Sophie obviously isn't necessarily providing evidence in this situation, but I'm saying there's been more time that she has, and there's been no time he has ever. You see what I'm saying? And also on top of that, the fact that Elise was also accusing him of the similar things that Sophie accused him of, and then also provided evidence was also quite telling. So, there's been times before when Sophie's accused Rob of, not being truthful, and he's been like, well, put up the text, blah, blah, blah. The texts haven't always necessarily been shown on Sophie's phone per se, but they've been seen by other cast members. But with the Elise situation, she actually ended up showing us the texts between her and Rob. So, yeah, it seems to me, to be honest with you got more than one woman saying something about you says a lot about you. And if they're both able to come up with some form of evidence and you're coming up with none, that tells me a lot. So yeah, either way, add that to your thought process, whether you want to decide to believe Sophie or believe Rob. At the end of the day, I'm enjoying the drama. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.